Loki is so excited for snacks. He's been camped out here for a while. I opened her up. We now have a new to us 5013 stylist. She turns on, the light still works. I need to pop the hood and see where to get oiled, because I've heard she's got plastic parts, which no oil in the plastic parts I've also learned. So that's that. Oh, welcome to the circus. Hi, I'm your host, Phoenix Electra. We do know how to talk sometimes. This is one of my co-hosts, Loki. He said, please make sure you stop at the concession stand, bring a project, a beverage, and I guess if you want snacks, he's having snacks. We don't have snacks on the stream. But I did say what I was going to do. We have our outfit that we finished from last week on. Should we give it a quick twirl? Yes. Fabulous. You want some snacks, Bug? Oh. And one of my other co-hosts, Bilou, little man, troublemaker, the shithead himself. You want snacks? Should we give it another minute, see if anybody else decides to show up for snack time? Did I torture you a little bit more? Oh, Loki, we have so much stuff on our table that we're not sewing on right now. He's sitting on a pair of our blue bloomers and chemisette. Over there we can see the corded stays, which we're going to work on today because I did some fit adjustments and cut out a new inner lining mock-up layer. Not displeased. Maybe do I have my stuff to cut bones? Are we going to cut bones and do grommets today too? Maybe so, but first, the boys are going to get really upset with me if I keep talking and don't give them snacks. So, let's go into the snack drawer. You ready? Snack time! Okay, boys. Let me adjust the microphone real quick here. Okay, Loki. All right. Oh, snack time. Come on, little man. Nope, don't pull out the cords. Don't pull out my cables. Don't detach my microphone again like you did yesterday. Hold on, it's his turn. I guess Freya Friffers doesn't want snacks. She's in the way back, sleeping. Okay. Ow, you need your nails cut again. Okay. All right, one more each. All right, one more. This last one, Bug. Okay, good boy. One more for little man. Okay, we can't just... this is not the concession stand showcase. We're done for now. We're done. Which I might get back into that for later because I was contemplating putting together the lacing strips for the corded stays first, because why not do the part that is like most perilous at the beginning? But I should move these things, bring you on in, grab the pieces. Hey, William, welcome. How was the quilt show? How's your no-buy-low-buy do going? How's things? It's raining, snowing, raining, and I think maybe we're back to snow, which is super fun. Oh, this is our practice piece. Some of the white bias that we did last week on here is not the bestest. I'll probably go in and hand fix it, or might just sew another layer over it because it's not the best work. Oh, we've got our machine covers. Yeah, so I need to pop the top off her and see what needs to be cleaned and oiled. But got a text yesterday, Dove did, that said, "Do you want this sewing machine?" I was like, and so yesterday we went and picked up a new sewing machine. Oh, good work. You have not purchased a sewing machine or fabric this year. Good work. I have not either. That one was free. And I was like, oh my God. There's no accessories. It's got one of the faux drawer tilt handles on it. But it works. It sounds a little unhappy somewhere, so. But yeah. That's my excuse. I didn't need another sewing machine, but the price was just too good, and it's a age 1973 that I don't have anything in that era. Not that that's an excuse. All right, let me move this stuff. Well, hold on. Where are we? Phoenix, what's going on? Oh, the quilt show was amazing, and you felt like I was in the major leagues. Awesome. Did you just go to walk around, or did you got on this quilting train? I did play a little bit yesterday after the show of trying the Venetian embroidery, but this time on tulle. Here we have a super terrible satin stitch practice. Which is fun. Okay. Pile of doom. Move the pincushion. So, okay. Let's start at the bottom and work our way upwards. I recut the stays pattern and I made a couple of adjustments. The bust cups are no changes there, but in some of the examples where they had the 3 hip gore sections, it appeared that they'd combine them into one piece. So I took 3, retraced them, made them 1. I took off the straps. I think there is a little bit at the back where I can add an eyelet. We can just have tie-on straps if I so desire. And I lengthened it a little bit in the back because it was short, so we can see. Oops. Ow, there's pins in there. So. There's the bust section, the side with the hip gores, the back, right? And I have to remember, it is... No, okay, words. So there's that. Have another layer cut out. So to begin, we may as well do the gore sections, attach those pieces together. I did not cut the bust gore section out of the purple lavender lilac yet because it's fiddly and it's better to do that all at the same time instead of don't cut that ahead of time because it's not your friend. Do that afterwards. So let's come on in a little bit and we will carefully unpin a piece, sew its corresponding piece, and pin it back in so that we remember where everything goes, because that's one of the other key pieces with these types of garments. There's a lot of little pieces, and after a while they all start to look the same. So write on them, draw on them, pencil, whatever you need to do to don't mix things up. because once we are done with the basting, because I'm not going to do any cording in that one. Where's the kitchen twine cording? Check. Okay. So I kind of started to sketch the detail pieces that we're going to stitch. We'll do some just freehand embroidery in a couple of sections, cording at the waist, and then we have our paint stir stick piece that we're going to slide in there, so that will be one of the first pieces to sew on the front. But in the Corsets and Crinoline book, they were showing the back pieces. Don't lose my little bust gores, because these pieces are tiny. So I was good practice and cut them face to face, which is why you can't see the paper in the middle, so that you know that you don't cut two of the right side, because sometimes your fabric, it makes a difference. So just certain things to be mindful of. There's a whole bunch of just cording in the back. So once we I guess we can't baste all of it. We'll just pin 1/2, do the cording on the back because it doesn't matter how you look like when you're leaving. The front is the most important. And since we haven't done this technique, we're going to start in the back where nobody's going to see it. And even in the front, because we're sewing supportive undergarments yet again. Because the correct number of how many is enough, I have no idea. Every silhouette requires something slightly different. So on that note, let me readjust the camera angle and let's pretend that this is a circus in the costume shop. I was practicing juggling before I started the show. I'm the worst clown. I'm like the only clown who can't juggle. I've had folks who competed at the Cirque du Mont, which I think is happening this weekend in Paris. I need to check Arts TV, the Paris Arts Station. So usually they hosted there. It's just in French and whatever. But all right, enough yammering for a hot second. We're at the costume shop, so we sew stuff. Okay. Sounds ugh. There's always something hanging out. And doesn't everybody have a reflex hammer at their desk? I mean, come on, who are you if you what's going on? I know I was smart because the past couple of times I keep ending with red or fluff in my beverage cup, and I was like, wait, Phoenix, you have one with a lid and a straw. And a handle to boot. Oh, it's happening. There's a dusting of snow. Big, like, fluffy snowflakes out there right now. Okay, these are the bust gores, so let's start there. So I'm going to move other pieces. We don't misplace them. William, I think I can understand French, but when I read the subtitles, I realize I'm way off. We're at fair. It's like almost like Spanish, but not quite enough, but kinda. Okay, so it looks like this is the orientation. This is such a fiddly part. Yeah, so we'll sew these like top. What's the words? Phoenix, do you know how to talk? We don't know today. I don't know. I'm too enamored with it actually snowing because I'm like, I hate driving in the snow, but I every once in a while am a 6-year-old kid hoping for a snow day inside. And alas. Alright, let's just start with this piece. Unpin, stitch, repin, one piece at a time. Phoenix, I'm going to set the other bust gores on top to my left. Let's see if we remember. I know, but after, of course, with Allie talking about one of those silk, or not silk, lace corsets yesterday, like, I want one now. I can make myself one. The hard part actually is which style do we want? How are these pieces really the right? Why do you look so much smaller? Well, okay. Well, was I supposed to add seam allowances? Are we just gonna stitch this and use this extra for the felling stitch? All right. Shh. All right. Let's actually do some sewing. You know, I'm so glad I haven't worn these gauntlets in a while. I made these a hot minute ago. Actually, outside of my socks, if you see it, I think I made it. And maybe some stuff you can't see. Alright. Let's find that overlap because we'll just use that for the felling. It'll be fine. Setting the gussets in is kind of finicky anyway. No, nothing's gonna go anywhere. One done. Oh, because after we do this, we can stitch the channel in for the center wooden busk. And I said we're going to pin this right back where it came from. So we can double check on the piece that we did not remove the correct angle. So this one is this way, so it goes this way on this one. All these little things do make a big difference. And if you flub them up, it will be noticeable and will not fit correctly. Right. I need some more pens. All these little details, but they're so cute. And this one's going to be fun. I haven't done this style. So I'm not going to stitch it in because we're not doing that. And actually, I might just pin the one side for right now so that I just need to know where it belongs. So let's get the other coordinated one. Close the. Am I sure those are the right pieces? This is supposed to be bust gore side. And this should say bust gore front. And I did bust gore front. Okay. Well, that. This is supposed to be bust gore side. So, fail already. Thank goodness for the sharp little scissors because It happens. I was trying to be engaging and not paying attention to what I was doing, which I should have just shushed up and looked. These are the bust gore front, and I know this is the center, this is the front, and this is the side. And I unpinned the front and stitched on the side. So I'll just cut this out. Hey, Gaffo, welcome, welcome. I had to make it right. I know, perfect timing. Hey, Jess, welcome. Oh, man. Yes, I I needed to turn around. I need a monitor like somewhere else. let me just rotate. I hope everybody's having a good day, staying comfortable, not too hot, not too cold. Just we're gonna Goldilocks it. And unpick, because that's sometimes half of sewing is the frog stitch, where you just have to rip it and rip it. And that's where we're starting, because structural pieces are nothing if not exceptionally filled with little pieces, and you must quadruple check them. As we're seeing now. But, oh my god, February already. Holy moly. Everything is just continuing on. Good things, weird things, bad things. Questionable things. All the things. But we get to be here. Yay! Oh, Jess, it's beautiful in North Carolina. Awesome. Perfect walking weather. Good, good. Oh, William, I'm cleaning up the mess I made last night. Fair. I know, they go from the fabric pile to the made garments, and then they need places in the other closet, and been trying to let go of some stuff. Another jacket. William, how many jackets do you need where it doesn't get cold? I know, just the answer is probably the same number of corsets or stays. Just how many is really necessary? Because my head is already like, let's do this one, use the top to make a pair of short stays, and then what shape do we want for a lace? And I haven't decided yet. Oh, you got, William was being ambitious last night. You got a jacket and a short. And the short is out right now. You mean the short form content. I was thinking you also made a pair of shorts. Because I know you do need a million coats. The hard part is I'm getting to the point where, like, if I didn't make it, do I still want it enough? Do I need 3 different printed red t-shirts? Probably not. Ugh. Why is it silly hoarder brain. I don't like it. All right, center front. Let's check our angles again. Okay, that's the way this piece sits. And we want bust gore front. That's still a little near off, but less so. There. Brilliant. Now, take 2. Let me stitch this piece up. I know, I have to stop talking about that smocked, sweet little dress. Because I've got everything ready for the practice. I just haven't done it yet. Jess, I'm working on mine. It gets cold here. I could have a Carline fashion show. There's some things I do have quite a few of, and some things like, ugh. I know, I still have the last jacket I bought when we lived in New York. And it never is closed right. I stitched a big button thinking that I was going to make a slash and sew a buttonhole, which I've never done. And it's fine, but I have other long jackets. So I'm like, can I? It's okay to just let this one go. Oh, okay, I get it. Are you... William's making a jacket. Another jacket. For the record, it gets cold here. Just not extremely cold. Right. It's true. And when you're used to everything being like 72 and only 50s in the nighttime, anything in the 40s is like absolutely horrifically frigid. Yeah, it's in the 30s right now. The question will be, what happens overnight? Because if it freezes and it's this wet, tomorrow's going to be an ice rink outside. All right, now we have the correct piece onto the correct piece, and I can pin that back in. Oh, you know what, though? I need to put it in the other spot because this is the outside. Ow, sugar snaps. All right, now... Okay, everything just gets funny with the flat lining. All right. So then this one I'm going to stitch this is the inside. So this is the outside. And this piece there we go. Right. No. Why is this so confusing to my simple brain? Got tops and bottoms and insides and outsides. Okay, but you, when you're this way, you need to be this way. But you're this way. The short side is on. Okay. Oh, all right. That was some super complicated thinking. That's why it's great to do these live, to show how horrible it is. And also, why, when you do stuff on stream, it's like 50 times harder to do all the thinking. But now we've got it documented. Just pay attention, kids. Oh, Jess, you're hoping for 30 degrees. I'm over. Oh, yeah, I don't. I have grown so, for sure. Snow and I we like to look at each other, except for these random days where like this is our probably the only time I'll have valley snow outside my window all year, all winter. But better late than never. All right. I'm like questioning my life choices, but okay, I'm paying attention. Oh, hey, Ellie, welcome. Yeah, we're floundering our way through flatlining, and I still feel like angles are something is not right, but darn me, I don't know what it is. So we're just going to continue to flounder ahead recklessly. What else are we going to do? Oh, angles look great. All right. The other thing, too, all of these structural undergarment pieces, the pieces that make them up just don't seem like they make sense until they do. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's like that. But, oh, that's good. I'll just pin it on while it's still in place and then unpin it. Then I'll know which is the right side. I am glad that notion came into my brain. Okay, let's just readjust. There's something funny with the size of the pieces here, but it will be fine. Let's see here. Allie says to William, is she trying to bamboozle on another channel, side channeling contrary to authorized points attribution? Oh no. I don't know. There's a talk about waiting for a coat. That's true. I'm like, we have inside coding happening right now. There's no inside jokes, but it does sound like there's inside coding happening. Yeah, speaking of coding, I think I'm going to take off the button that I sewed and I'm gonna let go of that jacket. It's fine. Because I also have a houndstooth checkered black and white wool coat, 60s, 70s, mid-century, that I can wear instead. So it's fine. It's really, really fine. Why is it so hard? Oh, good thing there is sewing content to come. Okay. Talk about there is, right. There is sewing content to calm your nerves down, Ellie. Oh, and then I'm here. I saw it. I can confirm. But I can increase the size of the prints so that I can see what's going on. All right, two bust gores down. And the reason we're not sewing these into place, we're just stitching them in, is because I am not ready for that part yet. Okay. Do we want to put the seam? Do we want it flush and nice and flat and smooth on the inside? Yes. Okay. Asking myself that so I know where to put, which side we're going to be doing the flat felling stitchings on. Now we know the top. Okay, where's the pins to unpin this section? we're just getting lost for a hot minute. Oh, that's right, because this one was on the wrong side. That was good thinking to pin them in while they were still in place. That was so weird. I made the screen bigger so I could read, and then I was like, oh, I'm not on screen. People can't see. And I was like, wait, Phoenix, you're only changing what you see, not what everybody else sees. Okie dokie. Let me... Actually, okay, check. We've got one last bust score to stitch down. Then we'll grab our paint stirrer stick. Oh, let's see here, Ellie. Jess is trying to get a coat from William, but has a point system to abide by to get it. She keeps trying to bamboozle William out of the coat on a as demonstrated here. Oh man. So you have to earn the coat. No free coats. You have to earn your coat. Oh. And I'm sure William keeps seeing it and then just agreeing without remembering that there's a point system that needs to be abided by. Okay, I get it. Now we understand. Did that hurt your mind? Oh, no injuries. Just, I accidentally washed it and I didn't want the wool to warm. No, it's just my hand, wrist, and elbow. Just my knitted gauntlet to stay warm since it's snowing out. Oh no, did it stop? I think we're back to rain. Hopefully we get back to snow. No, fortunately no injuries. Just to balance out the look, because also the little sweater thing I made, this white alpaca, is it? Yes. Bobbin, how dare you disappear like that without me listening? I need to make another one of these little arm capes, wormy thingies. A cold day in February, Ivy cold, yes. A cheap coat belongs as a cheap person. I paid $125 for mine. I am cheap. 120. Nope, that was a dollar sign. $1.25. Now I can see. Oh, that's right, Phoenix. You needed to change the bobbin. Or see what's going on under the hood here. I know, it was super hard to try to find instructions for that 5013 stylist. I was like, how does it that I end up with machines that are commonly uncommon, but I try to pick up and put stuff where I don't remember it again. Alright, what do I need? I need the paint stick and I need to grab my little tongs real fast here. I need you and you. Oops. It's sliding in my sockies. Oh, Ellie, what? Oh, croaking. Oh, Ellie, well, I am cheap. Shouldn't I have a cheap coat? Oh my god. Oh, pardon me. Oh, Jess, I have yet to try and try any loopholes this week. I've been good. Okay. Loopholes. Oh, ay. Sometimes my brain is too literal, and I was thinking of, yeah. If you've got a scoring system, you need to just stick to the system, kids, right? I don't know, but on Rumbles on Sunday, I watched Horror Stream, who pops by sometimes, has a horror themed game show on Rumble at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 6 p.m. for your Beast Coasters. Alright, why is this? There we go. Bobbin. Situated. It was fun. He had an AI generated actor, and you had to try to come up with who the actor was. I was generously granted a point for thinking of Ash, but then it was John Campbell, and I say David had the wrong movie, but whatever. Oh, see, just stick to the system. Right, I'm with Allie. Just there's a way. There's a way. You're working on it. I'll stay on the straight path, right? You gotta stay on the straight and narrow, kid. There's only one way to a jacket, the right way. You can't finagle your way. You can't just bamboozle your way on into those jacket sleeves. Okay. Bust scores. Correctly stitched. And pin that one. And yeah, don't cut my sweater. If you look carefully and think about the way the angles of the bust gores are supposed to sit, it does make sense if you're looking at the pieces, but I still wouldn't recommend just having everything unpinned willy-nilly like a jigsaw puzzle. You might hate your life. It's not worth that stress. It's really not worth it. All right, one paint stir stick. And, I guess we can... Let's get coordinated top. Okay, Oh, Jess, I was within arm's length of it, Allie, but I didn't take it, and that should be worth something. Let's see here, Allie Phoenix. Jess let out a secret on William's stream. She wants a Victorian era outfit. Edward, yes. Well, you're at the right spot to get ideas, because that's one of my favorite eras. Though this undergarment is definitely not that time period. There's so much to go with. You need to narrow it down, because how big do you want your Lego mutton sleeves? Do you want little big? Do you want gigantical? There's so many options with that. Oh no. I did cut the top piece a little bit wider to accommodate primarily for our wooden busk. So theoretically, we can Actually, let's unpin the side pieces and then we'll just have the center front to deal with. You know what? Before we do that, there's the front. This is the top. So this is the... So I'm just going to write CB for center back and CS for center side on the pieces so we don't get lost. Okay, Jet, how far... Also, side note on this costume, what layer do you want? Just like the shirt and a skirt and a jacket? Are you looking for corset and chemise, like, and a chemisette? How... Where are we? Our points are buskport. Yes, our busk part. Okay, and also we'll unpin actually center. See, I'm already trying to lose myself. All right, center side, center back. This is the... Okay, just trying to make sure that I don't lose our giant hip gore section. We'll just pin that right there. We'll be a little bit more careful because I'm afraid I did something wrong. But alas, we haven't stitched anything, so nothing is completely wrong. Okay, there's the bottom, there's the center front with the bust gores in there. Oh, you know what? We're just going to not going to unpin the hip gore. A Home Depot point mixer. It almost, this one happens to be from Sherwin-Williams. We were free, but yes. For all intents and purposes. The answer is yes. Oh, you'll send pics. A sweet. I can do that, and you kind of figured out, but I want it all. Okay. Well, I'm mostly asking because so much of the shape in those garments, as in current things, it's all an illusion. Okay, so this is the center side where the hip gore, and this is the center back. Okay. We can set those pieces to the side for a moment. And we're going to stitch down the center busk, or at least pin this down. Right. If she sends it, I'll pull it up next week because I'm not smart enough to be able to pull up things all the time. What are we doing? Almost 20 people here today. Wow, if you are enjoying the costume shop content, please hit some buttons. I'd appreciate that. Yes, it is a higher quality busk, sir. We'll just pretend. I'm not going to tight lace. Oh, you don't tight lace a corset. You add bust, waist, and padding. Yes, it's all an illusion. So it's figuring out. And I mean, there's... Yeah. And they're just fun to wear. Ow, pins. Okay. hold the mic up out of the way. There we can see there's the top pieces. And we have the center front here. Oh, I was like, why doesn't this look right? Because I haven't cut the bust floor section out. But theoretically, the middle of this. What, dude? Middle of this one should line up. The other thing I need to figure out if I'm just going to freehand some lines for when we stitch the cording in there. Am I going to mark it? I don't have any tracing carbon paper. Who asks for carbon paper anymore besides sewists, stitchers, tailors? Do they still do it? Or do I need to shave some chalk and make one of those pouncers like I kind of want to do? Oh, let's see here, Jess. It's pretty much a shirt, a skirt, and like a little jacket. It would be adorable in a blue color too. Dude wants more snack. Yeah, he does. Do you hear? He does. Yeah, come on, little dude. Oh, it's also 40 minutes till dinner time. Yeah, he's... Hey, dude. You want more snacks? You're yelling so loud that we hear you from the other room. Do I need a cute cat break? Okay. We'll have a cat break. Even though it's almost time for dinner. So there's no snacks before dinner anymore. Oh, and he's eating. Can you not eat the busks? Dude. Ow. And I wish I had better. One of the times I got metal detachable busks from Amazon, I really liked them, and then I thought I was getting the same things, and they're not as sturdy. I don't like them quite as much, but oh, I can have pre-shaved chalk. Oh, you can buy pre-shaved chalk in a container by Chalk Lines. Interesting. Because I was seeing... There is... No, talk to the microphone because the hands ain't listening. There is a Brazilian granny auntie who does the machine embroidery, and she mixes up this concoction that she puts in her little sack for transferring patterns. She's got this little recipe for it, and I'm curious, but all right, I'm gonna have to look for that. And I was listening yesterday, so it sounds like with Joann's second bankruptcy stuff that some of the buyers for the possible auction this week are liquidation places. So I am not in need of stuff, but do I tease myself and go to Joann's for the going out of business sale? Oh, that's such a... It sounds like such a good idea, but also I'm not in need. I shouldn't tease myself, but I really want to go. Maybe they have some cute black laces, because I don't have any black lace in my collection. But Phoenix, you sew machine lace and you have stabilizer and black thread. I don't need to buy black lace. Okay, I can do it. I can be strong and not go shopping. We are not shopaholics most of the time. right, so I'm just giving myself a pep talk and pinning the top layer just in a couple of sections. I should actually do this one this way so I can lay our, so I can dump our microphone. All right, so we'll draw a little line, you stitch this in, and just have that channel and then leave it in waiting. So I want to do a row of cording in the center to help nip in the waist a little bit. We'll do some, where's, we'll stitch some lines across the middle. We're going to leave the bust gussets plain, but do a little decorating, reinforcing on the side pieces and in the little strip in between the gores. And oh, and then some lines underneath in a V shape underneath the bust gore section just to help reinforce and stabilize that area a little bit, because sometimes you don't need bust gores and stabilization, and sometimes you do. And I'm a big fan of, and I do like it / need it. Okay, because what I would, okay, words, Phoenix. I was also thinking I might switch onto the zipper foot and sew along the busk so that I know that there's enough fabric and it'll take into account that little bit that's not going to be on the backside. What kind of stays are these going to? These are the corded ones. I'm kind of using the picture that floats around from Corsets and Crinoline. Let me pull that one up. That's kind of one that everybody. No, do I? No. Where do I know how to type on my mobile? Yep, we're getting back to the corded stays, and there we go. Let me toggle on over, because of course I'm sure I don't have it pulled up like a good streamer. Let's see, here we are. Here. We are here. Toggle on down to... We're almost there, friends. We're almost there. Here we go. Yes. 1790s French one, Louis XVI type generic. Yup. So I'm not doing an exact, like, faithful reproduction because I'm not. We're going to do some stuff similar because it looks like they have some detailing in the front. I'm not going to do anything like that. And I'm going to have detachable straps because I didn't cut them attached. Is the big reason. And I couldn't figure out quite the right length. So if I just deal with that separate, then we can deal with that separate. But okay, second thinking. Maybe instead of starting on the front where everybody's going to see, we can work on just the straight parallel lines in the back to just get our feet wet. It's not that I don't have more busks, but I don't want to fudge it up. So that's everything stable. The front piece is, we have the, actually, you know what we could do for the gore pieces for the side, the hip gores, we'll just pin them on to their section. So here we have the back, the front. We'll just pin this like a big sandwich. Hey, Horror, welcome, welcome. Your background with that fabric yesterday looks spectacular. Okay, and this one is this side of our Stays sandwich. And not gonna stitch these yet. We're just gonna leave them all together so I know their correct orientation and they're not gonna get lost. Oh, Allie, good call putting the straps off to later, just after the first. Yes. Oh, Allie. Oh, we've got Canada welcoming Canada. Yes, friends to the Great White North. Good times, good times. There is the back. Here is our Canuck. Ah, good times, good times. I love this feature of chats being able to cross-populate. There's a lot that can be improved, but this feature makes me happy. Oh, am I Howard, let's see here. Let's set that trash aside and let's hold up, kids. Let's pin the fronts and the backs together. I don't. Oh, it's pretty small, so I usually ignore it. Fair, yeah. Fair. I can, yeah, depending on the device. I like the community it builds. You're old, and so are your eyes. Fair. I know. Mine are getting old enough that needing reading glasses to see the sewing machine needle, but okay. Oh, actually, Ellie, I used the red layer. I recut from the one that we stitched 2 weeks ago now. So the red is my first second mock-up, and so now we're calling it good. And Allie says, now this is what the kitty is really waiting for, and that ball of card. Yes. He is definitely waiting for that. Oh, so on this one, I sewed the red layer, the bottom layer a little bit bigger. No, the center backs need the center back needs to line up, but I've got some room in the, I should pin the other side. And when I say cats old boning, yes. We're not here for the new boning, we just like the old boning. Oh. Let's see here, what do they have? We've got our section for our lacing gap. And then it looks like maybe we'll do a metal plastic flat bone, and then also some strips. I don't know, understand that section in the middle. Okay, I kind of have an idea. Actually, oh, you know what? That's what I was thinking. I was like, I should do something little, because in one version of my brain, I had added some cording to the gore sections, but maybe let's cord the hip gore section, A, because it's little, and B, I can get a feel for how that's going to do, because I haven't. The strips are reinforcement. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The fake whalebone is just not a great chew, but is that cording? Little Man loves chewing on plastic, so actually he is a big fan of chewing on the plastic boning. He's just chewed through more pens. The number of these jelly pens that I've had to throw out because he just crunches through the entire thing is ridiculous. The crinklier, the noisier, the better, he says. Okay, so in one iteration, oh, we can see, I was thinking of stitching the cording down just like a little rainbow, leaving some extra room at the top, at the sides for the seaming. Because then we can just add a little reinforcement for that hip section and get a feel for how this is going to work on something slightly less stressful than the big front and back sections. No, okay, there we go. We have our center pole ball. Oh, can I? Oh. I'm giggling to myself because let's see if we can use our spool holder. Without getting in the way. Strips are reinforcement. Yeah, we could use a little reinforcing. Oh, did I say out loud? Because I've got metal boning and I've got plastic boning. It's kind of in the back. I think maybe the plastic I like. Then we can move nicely. We're going to carefully unpin. And then lay face to face. And also, before we get too far, this is the just a quick little F and a B. And I'm not worried about the pencil being there. I'd rather things be marked. So if this... Here we go. Here's the front, and here's the back. Check. We'll just pin the one we're not using right now together so we don't lose it. Because Phoenix is an agent of chaos. We just pretend to be curated. front, bottom, top we know is the pointy one. I guess we should put a zipper foot on. And rethread our needle. All right. Is there any? I know today is like doing so good. We only had to unpick a little bit, and then I'm like, wait, we should try to do a little bit more sewing. What else do I have on my bitch list? Since we're not doing enough stitching. Oh, I guess FatCon was this weekend up in Seattle. Over in Capitol Hill. Oh, it's such a long drive from the airport in Seattle to Capitol Hill. We'll leave a little bit. Actually, we'll do the flat lining stitch line and then use that. And we'll just do we'll stitch little rainbows of cording. And I haven't stopped dreaming since yesterday about which style corset we're going to make for our very own lace corset. Somebody put the idea in my head again, and now I can't stop thinking about it. But that's not on my list for this year, so we'll see. If I finish everything else, then maybe. Okay, the next question we have for ourselves is, are we going to do the cut as we go technique or leave little loops and then cut them all at the end? I don't know yet. So let's get the first one started and then we'll figure it out. This no one have been made just as much sense as if we did it differently. Too late for that. Is it? Yeah, I think now that we've stitched it all, I think I'm going to unpick half of it so we can just sew straight lines or like slightly diagonal lines following from the front to the back. So we'll unpick this side. So I think that'll be easier than trying to sew this horseshoe shape. I wish I could list those corsets. They are seldom seen and they are not going to be purchased. They are apparently the draw to visit fair. I know it. My brain is so curious, but I have an idea of how we're gonna fashion our own, which is kind of why I did that. How did you see yesterday after the show? I tried some of the stitching on tulle, and I'm thinking a combination of freestanding lace on the one of the water soluble stabilizers and then stitching on the tulle for some of the bigger panels is going to be super cute. Now it's just thinking about the types of motifs. I'm like, do we want to be like typical with flowers and roses, or do we want squirrely cues? Do we want something irreverent and up our alley of spider webs and lace skulls and bones. Because that is always humorous to me. I guess we could do. We can throw all that together in the. It's nice to not feel like I'm stuck needing to do something completely historically accurate in any senses. I just like the inspiration and to make what I like. Which is, oh, that's funny. I can bitch about that for a second. So, Dove made us watch the PBS History of Jeans denim with Ralph Lauren and some other historians. Those skeletons, I know, I still have those dancing skeletons in my head. And they said that they were a nodding technique, and I've seen this nod, knotting that, like for nets, they use a bigger version of like a tatting shuttle. But yeah, those are still in my head, so I'm like, that would be super fun for my version of Lace Days. Should I go back and reinforce? Well, it's going to be in the scene, so. Alright, let's fill up this piece. Oh, I hope I don't lose. I guess. Just going to be very careful because I really don't want to. I want to lose as little of the top fabric as possible because I don't know how much other fabric. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so we're just gonna do diagonals. And I just have the edge of the foot next to the cording, just like a zipper, but not. And I might do the zigzag technique because then I won't have the starting and stopping always at the same spot. All right, we've got one line of cording stitched. Huzzah! We're doing it. We are a costume shop at the circus. My circus. I'm gonna grab my golden juggling balls so we can all sing golden balls while I show off how I cannot juggle. It's like comedic in the sense of how many times I've been shown by such amazing people, and I've gotten to the point where I can throw 3 balls and catch 3 balls, but if I get into a role of doing that, my brain doesn't know how to not catch that first ball again and just continue the sequence. It's like, no, we're supposed to catch them, all right? Oh, one of these days, it's just gonna turn over. It's just not there yet. Alas. Oh, because then I can stitch over it. Ooh, that's a good idea. All right. I'm trying to need one more stitch. Make sure everything's nice. Oh. this is where I need the zipper foot to be on the other side. Do I know how? What's the dealio with this movable spaced zipper foot, and why can't I get it to work? All right. Single-sided zipper. I want you to be on that side this go around. All right, let's. Oh, sweet. Let's make this Omni dual-sided zipper foot. Oh, that works nice. At least for this side. Now we have to figure out how to change it. And then change it back. Oh, but right, I got distracted. For the other side, you need to take the whole foot off and adjust it. Okay, then instead of that, I'm just going to leave this foot where it is, put the other zipper foot on. All right, this is my left hand foot and my right hand foot, or... Okay, good to know, and... Since it seems equally fiddly, we'll adjust, but we'll adjust the feet and not the adjustable foot. Okay. Oh. Let's... Good. All right. Thanks for letting me know, Ellie. And yeah, I'm just as well because it's just as much moving. Yeah. There we go. You need one machine for the right. Yes, that would be another way to solve that dilemma. Except that would be super silly for this project where I need both a lot. Woohoo, sewing cording. Something different today. Just trying to smush everything up nice and tautly. Use my forceps and like stuff it in a little bit. Get stuffed cording. Because I know some people, that just sounds like torture. Another variation of how I've seen this stitched is to draw the lines, mark it, and then thread it on a big needle and pull it through. And I said no. It is actually the industrial use of how they did it. Oh, funny. That makes sense, though. That's why I waste the time to have to reset everything when... Haley, I learn so much when you're here. Which is good, because I don't always know a lot of things. I like to learn things. I don't think they chew through it at all. I don't think they drew through it at all. Okay. I don't know. Oh! Yeah, no, in some of the modern reconstruction, people who I've seen trying to replicate these, they like draw all the lines and then thread it through. Maybe home. Yeah, that way just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I'm just gonna use the zipper foot and shove it all in. And I do like alternating so that there's not one side is always too tight if you're starting at the top. That hope it should just balance everything out nicely. Should try to be a little bit careful because I am kind of close to the seams, but it's fine. It'll all... We're here for the fun of doing something absolutely ridiculous. It is kind of fun to have to stop and reset the zipper foot. Kind of here for it. All right, next row. Oh, that was something funny that happened this week. So, oh man. Sometimes there's like Air Force bases, you know, around, a few counties around, over. So the other day, 4 Air Force helicopters flew down. They were actually impressively rather low, but super noisy because they were so low. And then I was looking on the local Facebook group because I just like to laugh and torture myself sometimes. Somebody was like, "Oh my God, it feels like we're living in a war zone with these helicopters." It's like 4 helicopters does not a war zone make. I'm thinking that I would have expected it to be a little bit noisier than that. Like guns and stuff, but I don't know anything. Oh, you know what? I think this is giving a little bit also because I'm pulling it on the bias, but hopefully we don't lose too much sheep in. To get that look with the small cord, you need to use the specific foot generally made for you from the factory. They take the cord measure and the fashion fabric and make the groove to handle that. That does sound like quite a specialist foot to have. That's way fancier than the sets. I know, because I've seen you can get like a set of 5 more modern ones, but I don't know. Couldn't just see if the money cost was worth it when it's like, well, this is absolutely the best version. No, but does it work? What doesn't work is what is going on here. Let's rethread real quick because something's a little wonky around here. Oh, besides the hunger sounds in my stomach, Jiminy Christmas. It's too early for intermission. Oh yeah, dinner time for cats already. Oh, that's why Symington Factory did so well, amongst other things. Interesting, right? You were like, hey, industry, you want to make sure that we can guarantee that you have the perfect part for that thing that you're going to do a gajillion billion times. You give us your samples. Since you do things en masse, we'll make sure that en masse it always works. Okay, ink. Now we're going to be back in stitches. Oh man. Excuse me, sorry. No, don't drive backwards, kids. You only drive forwards on this machine. Yeah, that would be just as easy to just, because this is a little bit fiddly, and I'm sure that in some of these instances I have stitched through, but it doesn't matter because it's not like I'm taking this cording out. Oh man, I might need to run to the little place. Oh, stop yawning, Phoenix. Cold is making me want to hibernate. I'm just trying to, on the outside and the inside, make sure that we are smushed nice and flush against the previous line of stitches. We're not doing that great though. Oh, Ellie, that panel would be done with the specific cording foot that, right, they would have had back in the day. I know, it would have been so much faster. Because, yeah, this is kind of a time-consuming way of doing this. It's the only one I got, so. Ah, my voice, I feel like super scratchy. Help. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I almost stitched over my pickups. That would have been bad. Bad, bad, bad. Don't sew over your tools. Looks like our channels are pretty even though, which is nice. Oh, can I get it closer? I only have 50 more lines of stitches. Oh, try the paint stick to press the cord in the edge. That is a good idea. I like that idea. That's your cheating ways. I think that sounds like a brilliant cheating way. I don't think that's a cheat at all. I think that sounds anything to make this faster and nicer. Even channels is the look you need. Doing good then. Yes. They are pretty good, if I do say so myself. Can I? Oh, that's right. We're going to take the paint stick and stitch to the next line. And go stuff, 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 stuff. That I did terribly. Oh, I gotta change my feet. I was like, why does this not look like it's working right? Because I didn't do it right. I need a left hand zipper and a right hand zipper. Also, I'm trying to hold the bottom layer down, holding the layers equally taut, and then shoving it on top with my finger a little bit. It's got a nice little, just gentle angle to it that'll fit my hip curve nicely. I make up words to trying to pretend to be good. Because you pull the left shoe on the right foot. Yes. Okay, next. This twine is skinny enough that if I need to, I can trim it before we do the seaming. Okay, change my feet. Do foot in front of the other. Soon you'll be walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other. Oh, Rankin Bass holiday Christmas show. One of my favorites. Oh yeah, that paint's edge of the paint stick. Oh, and you know it's probably even. Oh, it'd be super awesome if I'd stitched the lines completely without a curve, and then I could just butt the long end in, but there's a curve to it. But at least the short end does what I need it to. And that's good to see also. It doesn't, whether it's because I'm stitching on the bias a little bit or there's not a huge loss of fabric in the top, or the top fabric isn't shrinking too much as I stitch. Those are the words of the sewing stays. Oh. What's doing, Goobers? Sometimes she gets super excited after she has her dinner and sits in her crate and sings really loudly. Just to let everybody know she's happy. The kitties. Keep seeing peacocks on Craigslist, and I really want at least peacock feathers. Oh, $80 a peacock, a peafowl. Ooh, a French curve might be better. Yes, it might. Let me nip over to my drawer, pull one out. Okay. French curve acquired. Oh, you just brought off. Perfect. Oh. Yeah, did you? Are you looking at the stylist? I haven't even taken the price tag off of her. Ooh. But that French curve is just the curve. Good thinking, Allie. Oh, did I? No, I need to change beat again. Oh, is it? Oh, a 1590. Ooh la la. This machine here, is it? Yes. Did I? Oh! Welcome. Oh, okay. Nods. Natured ways. Hello, welcome. I didn't see you sneak in. Welcome, welcome. 15. I see. Yeah, this is. Ellie's got it right. The VS 27 with an electric. Ooh, awesome. Got some new toys to play with. I don't have one of those, but I'm trying not to collect sewing machines. But then sometimes people just tell me they've got a free sewing machine that they found. Fortunately, he covered it up over so that it didn't get water damaged. But yeah, this is my. It's good. Good. Nah, all right. I welcome nods. Trying to carefully stitch channels for these fancy undergarments. Oh, Ellie, I'm thinking the 1591 direct drive, the 90 and the 88 is back motor belt drive. All right, they're talking sewing machine shop, and I'm out of my depth. Something about a motor. Oh, but I think if I can, so one of them has got a belt that turns everything, and the other one, the motor just powers everything. So like the difference between my 101 and the 513. Nods. Fair enough. I got it all clean and oiled and running great. Perfect. Been wanting one for so long. Oh, it's always nice when you're like, I've been waiting for that machine. I try not to wait for sewing machines because I don't need more. But fun. Like, oh, not paying attention. This quartz row is a little weird. Apparently it's from 1939 to 1949. Awesome. Good score. All right. Let's see here. What? Blah, words. I was like, oh, I could have counted and see how many more rows, but I'm just going to stitch until I have enough. And then we'll do the other side. Oh, They started the official projects of Phoenix doesn't know how long something's going to take. So this is the first of our, oh, that's going to be quick and 20 hours worth of work later. So I might, what era are these days? I think 1700s. Yes, let me, because I've got the, yeah, yes, loosely based on the Corded Stays image sketch from the course book, the Corsets and Crinoline, that's kind of around. Oh, and yeah, so yes, nods. That's 1700s style, something that's gonna look cute under my robe a la or chemise a la Ren. That's the other thing I'm working on. Do Allie? I have a Canadian War time steel from 1590. Looks a bit odd, but nice and very similar machine. Fancy, fancy. Ah, people talking about their sweet sewing machines like they're prized possessions. Yeah, so we'll just continue our way down. I know that so much fun today. I know, I forgot. Was there football today? Is that next week or I mean, obviously I'm a huge sports ball person. I still, after all my years, do not understand how that game works. I know there's a ball and you throw stuff and you kick stuff sometimes, but that is the extent of my knowledge. Oh, me too. I know, Nods, you love that era of corded stays. They are prized possessions. Yes, they are. Every sewing machine is a prized possession. Like, some people have pictures of family members, and I'm like, pull up my cats and be like, look at how cute they are. Or look at the new sewing machine I have. I'm super curious to look under the hood at all the plastic parts on that 513. I'm just glad that that the feet that I have for all my other singers will fit. That it's a low shank machine. That's the words I was looking for, because I was like, oh, don't tell me I have a machine that I don't have any feet for. Oh yes, Haley, I hear there is sports ball event soon, right? That's my answer. I'm like, something sports ball thing. I don't know. The only balls I play with are juggling balls, and I'm not really good at that. Oh, nods. Oh, yeah, go sports team. Right. But should we start planning the 2028 Olympics? Or should it be more, I was kind of thinking it would be funny to have like log chopping and butter churning and like old timey skills games. Fix a button. Oh, that's kind of good too. Using the curve on the outside to make sure everything's butted up nice together. That, I think, is my favorite thing yet. Oops, get out of there. Oh, I know, Allie, that is funny. Let's see here. I don't have any 500 series, but aren't they a slant shank? I let me get the 1 foot that it comes with, and let's see. Oh, Nope, maybe not. Okay, so much for that. I should look. I have no idea. Well, if it does, then I've got one other foot for it that. This weird toothy one. I don't know. I don't. So I have a couple. Oh, see, I've got a cording foot. It's just a tiny one for a machine that I don't have. We'll see. I tried to unscrew it, the foot that's on there, and it's stuck. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Nods, but there's some hello fabric shrinking when you fill up the channels. There's so far I'm not losing too much. A little bit. It's more like I'm sewing off kilter. Or the bias is helping it stretch so that the back is on the same. Because I'm a little bit. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, Nods. I was actually expecting it to be way worse. So I was like, oh, maybe I should start on this one instead of the fronts and the backs. Because that scared me. Or, not scared, but it's making me feel intimidated. But also another good reason why I'm enjoying stitching, putting the channels in there. I think that's 2mm thick cording. Let's see here. What does it say? Oh. Could just get my metric ruler. One. Yes, I would agree between 2 and 3mm. 3 if it's squished, so probably 2 if it's nice and plumpy. Yes, bias will probably help a bit. Yes. That is, because I haven't, other than the wonkiness is me pulling something funny, but the top piece is the right length. And I did cut one of the layers, the top layer for the center, the front, and the other pieces. I did cut them a little bit bigger because they are on the straight up grain, so that I have some compensatory room in them. Those are the words I'm sticking to, and so it's like, this is probably going to eat up some amount of fabric. We have, 370 yards? So we'll see if... Will I use up the whole ball, or will I have butcher's twine to return to the kitchen? I don't know yet. Also don't know. It doesn't have the right spot. I keep moving it and then, just not satisfied with its location. Oh. Sewing channels is tiresome work. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought tired would make you so sleepy? Wow, Phoenix, you are the bestest talker. before getting into the faster sewing part, because the area is getting shorter as we can proceed our way downwards. Oh, now it's just getting frustrating because I have to change the zipper foot more frequently. I am not disappointed with having the running it like loops up and down and stitching it from the opposite direction every day. Wow. Sometimes you can stitch but you can't talk, or sometimes you can talk but you can't stitch. I don't know what today is. But we're getting some work done, so that is good, good, good. I need another quick project. I need a little slip something for another dress on the list. There is no amount of... I just love making undergarments, and I've got more to make. Can't help it. You don't get the right silhouette without quasi-appropriate undergarments. I'll be excited to get to the super long pieces on the backs after this. Let's see here. I don't know, Nods. You know what? I don't think I've seen anyone sew the cord directly into it. Only people pull the cord through the channel. I bet that helps. Doing it this way is much more satisfying. I have seen folks who they run it through afterwards, and I said, I don't think that looks like a fun time. I see that it works, but I'm not going to enjoy the process of that. How can I do it so I get the same effect in a way that I'm going to enjoy the process? And as fiddly as it is needing to change out your zipper feet pretty regularly, this is significantly more satisfying. Ah, Nuts. I have so many airs of undergarment I want. I know. Yes, same. I like joke. Every once in a while we get to an outer garment, but I spend most of the time here at the costume shop just sewing underwear for all the different silhouettes, because I just can't help myself. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, it looks way more difficult pulling the cord through. I think so too, because then to have it pulled through the needle is twice as fat. Oh, yes. Ellie, did you post your Davis vertical shuttle machine yet? Take a look here. The left foot has 2 grooves, 1 guide, and the other makes the new line. Let's see here. A little Control C, Control V. Yes. A quick screen share. Share. And presentation mode. Yes. Those, oh, let me squinch that down a little bit. Yeah, so we've got the two different sides, a little skinny one and then a slightly more rounder one. Oh, and there where see here, that section here where it marks it for the next one. Oh, fascinating. Ooh la la. Yeah, I've seen, where is it? At the, seen people selling like kits for those and then modern versions on Amazon. I'm like, Phoenix, do you really need another foot? And then I'm like, but those look like they would be so helpful. Oh, you haven't posted the JVIS, but I did put up the Singer Vertical Shuttle VS2 buttonhole attachment from 1887. Oh my gosh, let's take a quick peek at this. What's this beauty? Okay, let's see. Go here, start screen share. We're gonna do this window and share. Look at that. What a buttonholer. Oh, it looks so simple. Like, oh, did it stop screen share? The little skinny one guides, and the larger one is where the new cording being sewed is done. The needle goes into the middle of the cord. Right. Yeah, I have seen those. Let's see, your Singer and Howe both had these same systems back in 1865 and up for a cord. Interesting. Yes, because super helpful to. That's kind of nice having it through the middle, because then you know it's going to be secured versus if something shifts or we have for time wearing out of these cords, then it's going to start to shift a little bit. Right now, do you see now? That makes sense. I wondered where it would sew on the right foot. Yeah. So much learning we accidentally do sometimes. Just. Yeah, so if you want to sew corded stays, I highly, if you don't have one of those fancy piping cording feet, the zipper foot and stitching it in is how I would recommend. Not that I've tried any other ways. Hey, Etienne! Welcome. How's your Sunday going? Hope your house everything's been good. No, we're just chilling out here, doing a little straight line stitching. All right, Ellie, so that's how the Symington makes the cord channels so close and tightly packed together. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. It's the tools. It's the style lines and having the right tool for the job. And here I am using subpar tools and I'm also not making it on an industrial scale. I'm just doing this one. Plus the little finger stitch that were only a pre-1900 treadle does 1 millimeter stitch length. Yeah, that tiny itty bitty little, those things make such a huge difference, which is why they get away with their sewing books being like, and make your stitch 1 millimeter, because that's how small the sewing machine can do it. Oh, good. I'm glad things are well for you, Etienne. You're a bit under the weather. Oh no. Preparing your timesheet. I see. Ugh. Work stuff. All right. Oh, that's right. We gotta like shove it in a little bit. I know. I'm curious with what's the new Rumble Small Creator program is gonna look like. Those feet are so hard to find. I know that do that sort of coordinate. Yeah, I kind of like look around and don't really have any hope. I'm like, I wish if it just randomly falls into on my lap, that would be super awesome. But I don't expect that I will find something that awesome out in the wild. Oh, no worries, Nods. Thanks for stopping by the circus. It was a pleasure to have you pop on by. I'm sure, right? They all got recycled. Darn it all. Well, have a great rest of your day, Nods, or night, or whatever. Wherever, whenever, however. We'll be here next week. I was joking if I wanted to, thinking about doing like a 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. I keep like kicking around, adding another show, but I don't know when I want it to happen. I'm just gently pulling the top and shoving the cord up super close to the inside carefully. Yes, Allie, take care, Nods. And have fun with that 1590. I know, that sounds super fun. Oh, don't do that with tongue clicky thing. Oh my gosh, I hope the microphone did not pick up that sound of that gremlin in my stomach. I have gremlins in my stomach right now. Which is not helpful because I do not know what we're making for dinner. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh yes, have fun, have fun. Only good stitches, no bad stitches. Yeah, this zipper technique not working out terribly. Oh, Eastern Alberta. Eastern Ontario. Why did I say Alberta? Wrong province. No, I didn't really visit the eastern part. I mostly was in the western part of Ontario or Toronto. Niagara Falls in Toronto. Well, I don't think I stuffed it tight enough that go around. It's fine. Just like a few more left to go. Oh, it's fun having Canada. Sometimes we get all of North America representing until I find somewhere from more international, but I'll take it. We're multicultural. Oh, I have multi-sleepable. Jiminy Christmas. Let's at least get this one panel done. Sewing is always a little bit faster when I'm not talking, but it's more fun this way. Wow, Toronto is... Oh, it is the eastern part, but the western side, so they call it the southwestern Ontario. Okay, I get it. It's like if you live in New York City, you call everything upstate, even though they think upstate ends at like Poughkeepsie. Then you've got the Adirondacks, which is like actual upstate, or the Finger Lakes region, or central and western New York. Now I get it. The line's coming up. soon as I'm done, I will hold this up so we can see how beautiful my channels are. But I'm going to finish the stitching before we show it off. You know, I'd like to go a little bit more west, and I just want to go to the beach again, but now is not the right time. Too much snow, and they closed the road due to avalanches, and we can't have that. It's a Hoosier thing, eh? Yes. I used to joke that where people laugh at me because they ask if I'm from the Midwest, and I'm like, no, I'm from the Midwest section of New York State. That weird nasally A. Or other little things that try to be thoughtful of and to not do, but alas, I'm but a pleb. Almost has one hip gore corded. Oh, and I think oh no, there's the F. Before I go on, I'm going to remark my F front and back notations. Right. So we don't get lost later, because I know me, and with these garments, there's nothing if being lost and confused. I don't think you've made a corset or stays unless you look at all the pieces at one point in time and you're like, I don't know where this is supposed to go. Which is when you learn how organized this projects make you. Because the stitching isn't that hard. There's just a lot of fiddly pieces. Okay, we're in the home stretch of this one. Finally. Oh, the CN Tower. Why am I thinking about Toronto? All the shows I saw. Phantom and Rent and Beauty and the Beast. Good times. And Les Mis. Oh, Ellie, I just saw a huge problem. The white is the fashion fabric. The white is the fashion fabric. Lavender, but yeah, close enough. What did I flub up now? Yeah, the red was going to be the interlining. Oh, the cord is showing on the wrong side. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't tell. Yeah, it's not. The red side is definitely the smooth side. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, okay, okay, good. So I am doing it right. All right, you're trying to give me a panic. Yeah, I've got the top side up so I can see, and the red is okay. like, did I flub it up? But I was like, I'm gonna finish it anyway, even if I did. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to have the texture on the outside and not on the inner layer. All right, good. I didn't completely flub it up. Ellie just likes to make us nervous sometimes. But fortunately, you don't make me feel as bad about myself as that Singer Instructions for Art Embroidery manual. Oh my god. That book sure knows how to just make you feel mediocre and like you'll never be a seamstress. You'll never be a machine embroiderer. Oh, that was a little lame. I'm not thinking. I just don't know what was up. It's all right. It's all good. It's getting late. You're right. What is it? Almost 9 o'clock. And I keep dilly-dallying. Well, as long as you're awake and I'm not giving you nightmares again. It's all good. I ask myself that, what was I thinking? Every time I start a project, I'm like, are you sure you want to try that? And my brain is like, yes. So I either try and make one of something, or I make something and I like it and I make like 50 of them. There's no in between. Nothing I do will ever be right for Mr. Singer. Me either. That Mr. Singer, and it's just has a way with words that just cuts one like a knife. The cutting words of Mr. Singer are like a freshly sharpened thread trimmer attached to a fancy new Singer sewing machine. They're just so sharp. I think I'm just gonna do just one more. I'm not even gonna switch feet for this last little row. All right, let's do a back stitch. And let's just free. Okay. No, that's not the bouton I wanted to press. Here we go. There's the top. The beautiful, relatively even corded section. Not too shabby for my first time doing that. Not too bad. Should have adjusted the stitch a little bit smaller, but I am terrible about figuring out how to adjust the stitch length on this machine, so I usually just leave it alone. Alright, well that's going to take another gajillion hours. Do I want to sew the next panel? And I've got my front and my back. Yes, thanks, Allie. Not terrible, because I was watching, what was it, Red Threaded, doing a video, and actually that's where I saw she was sewing the cording in the same fashion with the zipper foot thinger. And but not changing zipper feet, so always cutting it and then starting back at the same. But I think I enjoyed changing the zipper feet so that the tension was even. Thank you, thank you. I'll come for compliments I accept your compliments, Allie. so much kinder than Mr. Singer in that book. Oh my gosh. Just follow the manual for adjusting stitch length and try a sample stitch. Good. Okay. Okay. Stop slurping my straw. What should we do? Should we sew the next panel? Should we call it a show? Because I've been like seeing yellow. I don't know. Where's my other piece? There we go. Oh. Did I? What's that? I think Mr. Singer has bruised my soul. Yeah, seriously. He's got a way with words that. Did I? What is going on? Oh, okay. So the front needs to go this way on this one. So I need. Okay. Trying to put my pieces together backwards, so you couldn't see my confused, perplexed face. But I was on the verge of sewing my channels in this, making two of the same piece because I need them to be face to face, like this. Okay. And in the name of symmetry, let's start on the front side. Alright, oops. I guess I'm stitching a few. No. Oops. Oh, probably need my thread. Okay. Let me put the music on and put my background. I'll be right back. I just need a hot second here. Okay. We're back. Now I can think straight for a few more minutes. Stitch a couple more channels in here. Do I need to change feet? Nope, I just need to get my cording set up in here. Oh. It's a small. Am I sick? Did I get one of the numerous? Am I getting a cold? I hope not. Or if I am, no, I'm not even going to say those other words. Scratch that run. Oh, just drive forwards, please. You're ultra best at sewing. Okay, this is next part. Just takes a little bit of time to sew all the channels in, but time well spent. I need my arm warmer. Knitted gauntlets. Check. Okay, sorry, I am lost where I was. Trying to yawn. It's only 6 o'clock. It's not even 6:30. I can't be sleepy yet, even though tomorrow's Monday. Ugh. I think I flubbed up something on this one, but that's alright. We're just gonna carry on, stitch on, and seam on. Seam on. Nope, not seam, seam. Never mind. We are starting to lose it now. We're going a little bonk. The clowns are getting restless. I know it is almost 9 p.m. there. I'll stop in a little bit so you can get some. But yeah, I'm staying up till almost midnight, so it's not. I don't know why I'm being all funny. Not that I need to be staying up that late. I really shouldn't. I need my beauty sleep. That one better. Somehow I like. No, that one time I got it. Not like a double stitch. Something didn't catch quite right, but that's alright. I am glad we started this spot where in the hip gore section where nobody's gonna be like looking at my hips like, oh, those lines are not exactly evenly spaced. I'm variable in your sleep patterns. I probably would be if I didn't need to be functional during the traditional 9 to 5 business hours. I'm a little bit on a schedule. Though little man prefers that I just be on his feeding schedule, which is always. It's like, I will take some more food, Mom. Ellie, I think I might be on Hawaii time. Yeah, because it's not even. Whereas it's only like 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon in Hawaii right now. I think they are like 3 hours ahead of I am. It's good to get some good practice with these zipper feet. But yeah, I think this works. If you don't have one of those fancy cording feet, you should just have a right and a left hand zipper feet. And we can bake it. No, Ellie, I think I have worked with people asleep on their 9 to 5s. Oh man. I can't. Not mine. I'm sure, yeah, hi. That sounds, I don't know. I don't even have words. It's, oh, my nose. I don't like the sniffles. Don't, 0 out of 0 stars. Do not recommend the sniffles. And it was hard. I like had this project in mind and I was like, do I have fabric for that? Oh, that could be me, Ellie, 3 p.m. Hawaii, my tie in hand. Yep. Yeah, it's still early over there, relatively. I don't think I've ever had a Mai Tai, but. Okay. Kind of taking a break. Oh, let's see here, Ellie. I was doing concrete work and saw a fellow worker slowly fall asleep standing up while working the cement smooth. Oh my god. That sounds dangerous. You all watched him doze off and then wake up and he bounced back to troweling. Oh, that that reminds me of sitting in physics class in high school and the professor goes to my friend. It's like, "Are you sleeping in class?" And my friend was like, "No, professor, I was just taking a really long blink." But it was so hard. Physics professor was from France and class was at like 7:15 in the morning. And so he had this just like voice that would just put you to sleep. And who thought that physics at 7:15 in the morning was a good idea? No one. No one thought that was a good idea. It's terrible. I can't imagine like sitting at the sewing machine falling asleep and not stitching over my fingers and then just waking up and finishing my seam. I don't need to be asleep to sew through my fingers. Sometimes we just accidentally do it. I don't recommend it. That is too funny. that machine is a slant shank. I didn't even look at that part yet. At least I've got a foot. There is a foot on there, and I think I've got extra bobbins, but she's like crunchy sounding right now. Oh, I didn't do a good job stuffing it. Oops. Oh, never mind. Cord all caught. Don't worry about it. Just stitch through it. Just stitch about it. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'll just be quiet for a second and sew these cording channels. Yep, this is the Adventures in Zipper Feet. I'd have to put on warming socks. There's this old-timey remedy that I'm starting to feel under the weather. I will take a pair of mostly cotton socks and get them damp and stick them in the freezer and then put them on my feet, followed by a pair of wool socks, and tuck into bed. It sounds terrible, but the way it makes me feel in the morning is worth sticking my feet into cold, frozen socks. I think I'm going to have to do that again tonight. Okay, next foot. Alright, slowly but surely we're working our way through our project list. I've got in front of right in front here, I have one of my original sketches for what I thought this project was going to look like. These corded stays. So you see so many different examples. I'm like, I don't have to faithfully follow one of them. What are the pieces that you like out of what pieces make sense and do I enjoy, and which ones aren't going to serve me? Or do I need a little bit more support in certain areas than other versions? Yes. So I'm just going to do it. I feel so much more confident for doing the back now. But yeah, I think I'm going to do this one. Figure out what's next. If I keep yammering like this, I've got another 30 minutes of this one piece. So can I be a little bit more efficient? I do not know. This is where the cording foot would be super fast, because then I wouldn't need to continue changing my feet out. That's good. I'm being good about not pulling it too taut at the top or bottom, because we don't want the piece to squish short ways. Yeah, the French curve on these curved sections. makes a nice, gets it all lined up nicely. I'm sure Ellie, I always make it more difficult. Curved cording is more difficult than the long straights. That is for sure. The back will be a breeze. That's what I was thinking too. Yes. It'll be nice to just sew those straight lines, but I think I'm going to do the same top and bottom like I'm doing for these hip pieces, because I like the way it is keeping the tension even. Yeah, I'll probably just like loosely sketch out on my pattern paper where how thick, and then just stitch them. I'm not going to draw every single channel. That's just not going to happen. That's just not my style. Yeah, not too bad. And then I have to decide, do I want to do the grommets and the boning channel and then do the cording section, or do I want to do the cording section and then, or do I want to, did I think I was going to have to sew the cording strips, lacing strips, not cording strips, to stitch the lacing strips up separately, then attach them, then do the rest of it. So many things I like kind of think I know what I'm doing, and then I keep just playing it by the seat of my fanny all at the same time. Because it's just the way that's just cause. There's no good reason. I'm glad that we are working on this project today, because I kind of just wanted some monotonous straight line sewing, and this does fit that bill. It's just a little bit exciting that we're stuffing cord into channels all at the same time. No. So as I thought we were getting close to the end of this spool, but we're not. Just get exciting because it's so satisfying, like using the last drop of face cream and then being able to throw it out, or that last little bit on a spool of thread. And then why do I save even the plastic ones, like I'm going to make little dolls or trees or something out of them? Dude, can I just tell myself that if they're styrofoam, it's okay that I can just throw them out? And I know the answer is it really is okay, but then why is it so hard? I am like having my existential dilemmas live on the internet today. There's something wrong with the bobbin. That doesn't sound right. Nope, that was just me. Never mind. Thought I heard something chunky happening, but it was just in my ear holes, I guess. Oh, I am just jimmer jammering. Careful there, kids. What? Right in. Come on, baby. There we go. Someone managed to completely unscrew my screw balls. Just a couple more. Oh, let's see here, Allie. I have a secret hankering to go fishing and use the styrofoam leftover spools for a fine float. That is a good idea, and funny you should say that because Dove was just telling me that he needs to go and renew his fishing license and practice tying lures. So, okay, brilliant. Because I have lead sinkers, but I don't know if we have enough cute little bobbins, so. Now I can just hand him over some cute new bobbins. That was I like that answer. I hadn't thought about that one, but that will work just fine. And it's been a while since I've gone fishing. I think the license is cheap, so go up to the lake and go fishing. Maybe I'll go with him this year. Too bad I don't think I could live stream from the lake. I don't know how good the internet is. Bring Brunhild, Hill's fish, and all stitch on Brunhild stitching live from the lake 2025. Oh, I need my other foot. I think you miss fishing. Oh, your bat can't take it. Oh, that's too bad. Darn it. Maybe we will have to go live stream fishing so you can come with us to the lake. We'll take you fishing, Allie. Yeah, it's fun. I remember at Girl Scout camp making one of those, using a soda can to make a simple little fishing device. And going to the little pond and fishing. Oh, Allie, you would go ice fishing this weekend. I used to catch bait fish as a harvester and then sell them wholesale. You have had oh my gosh, I am blessed with so many fascinating humans who choose to spend time talking to me. That sounds quite lucrative up that way. You know, the best we get here is those fancy Oregon night crawlers. Because the night crawlers here are like this long. They're so big. So long. They're not fat. They're just long. I know, I was just reminiscing the other day because on Craigslist I actually saw a snowmobile for sale, but you don't see all like the snowmobiler dealerships like I used to back east. You kind of have to go up in the mountains, and then they're like, you can't do this. No motorized vehicles. Oregon's just lame sometimes. What am I gonna do? We have this giant new aquifer they found, which is cool because water is nice. Must be getting marginally more efficient at stitching this because I think the first one took forever, or it felt like it did. And this one, I feel like we're almost done. Allie says the best was opening day for fishing. The kids would get free minnow. Oh, you would get that they would give them free minnows. Some seemed like they were getting pets to fish with. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that sounds so sweet. You have many amazing stories. And I appreciate you sharing your tales here. I should stop that stupid laugh. I'm not Kamala Harris. No cackling unless we're really going to be witchy. Then we're going to have to mean it. Oh gosh, when I was talking on Friday, I've seen this thing going around on TikTok or those other short form things, folks talking about their cute winter boots, but they're actually like ice is here, or or they mean their guns and stuff, and it's just weird. Yeah, so the rest of this project is going to be some more cording, a little bit of decorative stuff in the bust section, mostly for structural thing, a little reinforcement, and not going to be too complicated with it. The funny thing about these garments, even though I cut out the lining layer, tried everything on, pinned it together, so I know everything fits. And you never exactly know until you're like completely done and you spend all this time. Like, I hope everything works out the way I think it's supposed to. All good. Alright, just a few more passes, rows. And we will have 2 hip gores corded. Mm-hmm. Oh, its bones are getting sore again. What am I gonna do about this bench? Am I just going to add a new staple something, some more fluff in there on top of the original seat? Am I just going to take it apart and start from fresh with something more comfortable? Something needs to change. I don't know what I think the right answer is yet. Though I did see, need to stop looking at Amazon. They had these desk chairs with a back, but a little pedestal so you could sit on it, but then have it like you were kneeling in your chair. Or just to be able to, like fidget in there. And I really wanted that. That bench is not, I know. It's not. I can do a couple hours, but I get to a point where me and this bench stop. Me and this bench have a 3-hour time limit. After that point, at about 3-ish hours, which is where we're at now, I'm like, my back of my ischial tuberosities start to get sore, and if I'm sitting just right, then my legs start to go numb a little bit, which is not ideal. I don't really have another chair, and I don't really have room for more furniture. A regular high back, no pad. Ooh, oh, let's see, Allie, I missed that one. You have a full woodback 1920s oak swivel chair and a drummer's seat with no back. Oh, and a regular high back, no pad chair. That is quite the collection of chairs. That sounds like a nice option to be able to rotate through. Do you have a regular kitchen chair, high back, no pad chair? Yeah. Ooh, you also have a removable cushion for the rocker and the high back. That sounds splendid. I need to think about what I have room for. Actually, I just need to go to the places and sit in chairs to find something comfortable, but then low enough. Oh, because that's funny. The lady, that rapper was she from Chicago? I can't remember where this chick was from. But she'd ordered a car service, Lyft or whatever. And the guy shows up with his like Prius that has a 800-pound payload capacity, and this woman was like short of 600 pounds. And he's like, I can't make that work. No, Ellie, in front of 22 treadles looks like I need more chairs, right? Right. I know, I can't have not every machine needs its own bench. She couldn't fit in the lift. I know! I think she might have been able to squeeze herself in, but I could also see where the driver was concerned about his tires, his rims, the mechanics of the car. And if the driver was not a tiny person, then they could have easily gotten up to that like 800-pound payload capacity. And I can see wanting to take care of your car. Yeah. Well, on the pictures of her in the back when she was rapping, doing her artwork in the back of the SUV, in the trunk and hardly fitting, and then I guess she has a habit or accidentally falls over like a Weeble Wobble, but whereas Weeble Wobbles don't fall down, she might not be a Weeble Wobble. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, but no, I do. I am afraid of. I don't. For me. And I'm afraid of health issues, so I'm a little bit paranoid. Paranoid. Fat phobic. I don't want to be fat. Yeah, and I guess somebody else couldn't fit into a hot tub and all these things. Or like, I don't get it. These people want to be able to fit. I would just like chairs that are short enough where my feet touch the ground. But I realize if I get chairs short enough for me that my tall friends will feel like they're in a peanut. Because your knees will be up at your nose. And I'm like, I fit. I think, oh, right, you think it's a publicity stunt, Allie. She sure got out of there. Yeah, the way that and having her lawyers right away. I mean, like, come on. Does she have a record coming out or something that she's trying to promote? Because. And or are these some drivers really just don't care about the health of their car and they're like, sure, we'll take you, even though I just, yeah. Some things just confuse me, but I guess it's not worth trying my brain to figure out because it's just gonna hurt my brain hell. And I'd rather my brain hurt by making sure I have all my bust gores in the right place, in the right orientation. It's enough for me. All right, we are almost finished with our second hip gore section. I feel like I need to be careful again because I'm starting to rush and I've been so nice and even, and now that I'm close to the end of the second one, I'm being a little, I just want you to be done, and that does not for the best sewing make. Now at some point I'm also going to have to sit and count how many corsets and stays I do have, and then what flavors I still want to make. Mostly, I think I'm content after this, except for those lace ones. But we'll get there. We can't make lace stays until we have finished reading the embroidery manual. That just seems right. Oh, I just need 2 more rows, I think. Oh, something else was going. Oh, I haven't even looked at that, like, 50 state march. I don't understand. Everything's crazy. So we're just gonna sew magical things and laugh and do a healthy amount of complaining because we don't want the unhealthy amount. But sometimes I need to complain a little bit. Alright, this is our last one. For this one, we're gonna call the hip gores corded. Oops, what did I... Oh, and it looks like we just ran out of bobbin thread. Well, that was lucky timing. I didn't even know was playing bobbin chicken that go around. Empty and empty. 2... Oh, don't... Let me redraw the F. B. And I'm not worried about having the colored pencil on the fashion fabric side. It's alright. 2 hip gores. Did I hear the 51st? Yes. Are you going to be the 51st state march? I know, everybody's hating us right now. But can't make everybody happy. But I will continue to stomp for you're in the campaign for a sewing machine in every house. Talk about using up what is left. I know, that was quite fortuitous. Like, literally make it to the end, have enough to backstitch, and we're done. Here's the second one. Oh, no, it goes this way, though. Not the most horrible stitching. All right, this is kind of fun. Let me get the bobbin loaded up. I might need to call it a show because I am afraid I'm starting to lose my voice. Your government isn't crazy. Oh, Canada sure is giving it a try to become the 51st state. Yeah, between like wanting it and hating it, I don't know what's it. Everything's a big mess right now. Okay, we are loaded for the next round of stitches. I think I need to call it a show. Not that I want to, because I'm kind of excited to do more stitching, and I might, but mostly because I'm afraid I'm going to lose my voice, and I might need it for tomorrow. But let me get my face back on screen. There we go. Oh, not once mentioning. I'm right. Not once mentioning fixing all of the border, like the parts they let in 97% unchecked shipping cargo. That is insane. There's so many. Oh, so much is a mess. Oh, but I can't. My butt hurts. Thank you, everybody who came to hang out and stitch with us. We had some new folks stop by, some old favorites stop by. It was awesome. Not a peep about fixing the ports. Yeah, that's almost the more scary because such an insignificant amount of the shipping containers actually get checked, and more often, if there's anything nefarious, they find the residue of it, but they don't find the actual one that was the issue. Oh, good times, good times. Don't wait until tomorrow to be fabulous today, my friends, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. You are all awesome. We stitched something new. We had fun. I'm going to smile and not pin my scrunchy forehead on. I'll be back on Saturday at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I think the next section in the book is seed stitching, which should be super fun, and we'll see. Maybe, fingers crossed, I will feel excited to exercise and get this corded stays fixed for next week so we can start something new. We'll see. But until then, we did our stuff. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see you all next week. Okay, I'm going to shut it down now. Bye.